This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Podcast Day. My name is Eddie Lyon, and oh yeah, Ronda Rousey finishes in 17 seconds and she's the GOAT. I finish in 17 seconds and I'm a fucking loser.
I can't put out. Yeah, that's bullshit.
This game is rigged.
Who said she's the GOAT?
Nobody.
Is Gina Carano even a fighter? Why does she fight this?
Dude,
bitch?
she hasn't fought in like 16 years.
I was like, she was, but
okay, so it was just one red Republican bitch against another. I don't understand.
Bro, it's just the battle of the irrelevance. Like, it's fuck off,
dude. I saw a lot of people hurt as fuck. They're like, dude, match ended in 17 seconds, but I had to go through 15 minutes of fucking ads on Netflix. This is bullshit.
That's what you get for watching that shit, dude.
Yeah, I'll just watch the highlights.
Jake Paul.
The whole match was
it's Jake Paul, Mike Tyson all over again.
Yeah, it really is
just a cash grab.
At least
I think Jake Paul's
Mike
behind
Tyson.
this. I think like Jake Paul was behind this,
probably.
So
that would make sense.
Yeah. With me, as always, is Cole Simper.
I'm trying to find a star bitch trooper. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, the only good pussy's a dead pussy.
That's fucked up.
And Nick Lewis.
I'm doing my part.
I'm not doing jack shit.
I didn't do fucking shit.
That's the line. Yeah. And we are the Nerd Corporation. Welcome to episode 249. This movie was trash. Starship Troopers. We're going to be talking about the 1997 sci-fi classic. But first, let's get on with some nerd news.
I'd like to touch on Forza Horizon. Is it 6 now?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. 10 out of 10 from IGN.
Yep.
Really?
I kind of want to check it out. Not gonna lie, not based off that review, just based off the fact that it's in Japan and every fucking car that I've ever geeked over is in that game.
That's dope.
Like the new Land Cruiser is on the cover of the game. I don't know. I just think it's fucking cool as shit, dude. Like the representation and stuff. And I see GTRs like everywhere. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm probably gonna buy this game.
Dude, the Forza games are dope.
Yeah.
Like
I've never played any of these. Ever.
That's crazy.
I've never played a Horizon. I don't think I've ever even played a Forza game.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 5 was like, I was deep into that fucking game. I would show y'all. Remember,
I'm back into
fucking,
it. I'm deep back into it.
I'd make fucking decals for fucking Nerd Corp and shit on our cars, and I would just race people and fucking beat them and shit. And they'd watch our fucking logo just walk by.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
You know, I'm playing the PS5 version of whatever for the Crew Motorsport, and it's actually really good.
Kroger's Forza.
Yeah, Temu Forza.
Oh, okay. These fucking bastards, dude. So it unlocks tomorrow, okay? But people are playing it right now because they have early access, and the early access is $120.
Wow.
What?
I'm just playing on Game Pass. Like,
what? Is it available on Game Pass or like right away?
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck. I think I'm just gonna buy it just because this seems like something I would like, and I've never paid attention to the Forza hype like really at all, and I'm hoping that this might change it. You can do like the Horizon games are like they're like off-road and shit too, right?
Yeah. So you'll do like racing, off-road. I think it's Formula One also, right? Like,
no, there's no F1.
Oh,
they literally got a Toyota 86 in the trailer.
There probably is in like Forza Motorsport,
mm-hmm.
but Horizon's more of like open world arcadey.
So
Yeah,
it's
so
like
explain the gameplay to me. Like what it's a racing game, but what the fuck? Like, doesn't racing just get old after a while? Like what are you doing
No.
other than racing?
so what you do
Uh,
is like you just
yeah.
end up on an island, right? Like you end up on, or at least where Forza Horizon 5 is concerned, you end up on this island and there's just like a bunch of events for you to do. So you'll compete in circuit racing or sprint racing or drag racing or drift challenges and
Okay.
And then you get to do like all this over the top shit. Like I just raced a bunch of dudes on jet skis in a car.
Yeah.
Um, the very first thing that you do is you drop out of a plane in your
Okay.
car, and then eventually you end up racing that plane like on the ground.
Yeah, just off of the cover, I see the brand new Land Cruiser. I see a brand new Supra. I see a brand new Toyota 86, so like the new one, right?
hmm
The
hmm
And then I also see the old one from Initial D. I see GTRs everywhere. I see a couple of Miatas, which is very funny. Also on the cover is the Toyota supercar, the GT or GTGR, I think is what it's
uh
called.
yeah.
Dude, cool as fuck. Like I'm not like I like Japanese cars are so fucking cool, dude. So it's like this is
Yeah.
just kind of speaking to me in a way
hmm
that I don't know. And if there's
Half
a
that
fucking
shit you can
Forerunner
get
in
it.
there, I
Half
just
that
kind of
shit you
want to
can get
baw it out.
in Forza 5. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's really cool. Forza 5, you like unlock different like sects of the island that are differently themed. Like there's the off-roading, there's like the rally, there's the street racing area. Um, you can buy like houses where you like are kind of like your home bases. Character customization.
Do we know
Uh,
if this is coming to PlayStation day and date?
It
I
is.
think so, right?
I think it is, yeah, because five
Um,
five's on PlayStation right now. So
Five, yeah, five is. I wonder though. Let me look it up.
so it says so right now for the May 19th release, which is 2 days from the day of this recording, it says for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC via Steam and Windows.
Yeah, Google Gemini says that it's going to be late this year. I doubt it.
Mm,
That this looks like a early next year game for PlayStation where they can have like their sales, right? On
mhm.
Steam and Xbox, and then kind of doing like a little bit of a refresh. I'm sure that'll be like a big update that's going to go live with the PlayStation 5 version, so it'd be worth it to wait, but at the same time, like if you got a beefy PC, you might as well just check it out on Steam.
Mhm.
it's already preloaded, baby.
Yeah, I think I might check it out just because I don't know. I've never played these games and I've heard nothing but good things, and I do like the occasional racer. So
I was going through my owned games like on my Xbox just because like after I got my new TV and I'm like, oh dude, Series X native 120 4K. I'm
Yeah,
playing all
yeah.
this
Like, what
shit,
can I play?
Yeah. And I was looking and I have like all the other Forzas like in my library still, like the Horizons. I'm
Mm,
just like, oh man, I remember playing Forza Horizon 3. That's the one that like kind of got me into these games.
oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited and I might eventually end up just buying this game, but as it stands, I can't buy it right now. But thank God for Game Pass.
I might just get my subscription back up now that it's back to $22.
just pay for a month and just play the
Mm,
game for a month.
yep.
I was just gonna mention something that I came across on Geek Tyrant. Um, our man TB wants to build his own game studio.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yes, sir. He was talking to Kind of Funny Games, and he opened up about his growing interest in stepping into game development. Because Lord knows he's been around enough to be able to pull something like this off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Easy. Easy, dude.
Um,
It's so funny to hear him in Mouse PI for Hire.
I bet.
Because it's just a bunch of like cheese puns and fucking mouse jokes and shit.
I've heard people really don't like that. They're like, there's too many cheese puns.
It's the 30s and it's a Steamboat Willie type cartoon. God, piss me off.
Moist Critical went off on people that were like, he went off on this reviewer from, I think, IGN.
Probably.
He was doing like a video review of it, and he's like, yeah, the puns got too much. And he's like, it's a, you're a mouse. Like, you're mice.
You're a cartoon mouse.
Yeah.
Not just a mouse, you're a cartoon mouse. Anthropomorphic cartoon mouse that looks like fucking Mickey Mouse or Goofy or whatever fucking thing you want to associate it with. And you're just gonna get mad because there's mouse jokes in there.
I mean,
logical.
I could see it getting a little bit like, oh God, there's another one. Like, you know, I could see
But
that,
it's not that bad.
but
It really isn't.
with you saying it's not that bad, like, I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I don't really have a desire to play it, but
No,
maybe someday.
not really. Yeah, no. Well, the guy, I'm kind of in the same boat just because it's a boomer shooter. It has to be a very specific vibe, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Dude, I've got like 4 of them fuckers sitting in my Steam library, just like begging me to play like Warhammer Bolt Gun. I think that might be the first one that I play, and then there's like 2 or 3 other ones where I'm like, dude.
Bolt
They
Gun's
all
pretty
look
sick,
they all look
though.
fucking great. So it's like I would love to play them all. And Mouse PI is another one of those ones where it's like I would love to have the time, but I just fucking don't, dude.
It plays just like old Doom.
Yeah, which is great. Like that's fucking
And
rad.
It's even
But
got the 2D enemies. So like after you kill them, they're just down there and you just like walk by and you see
Oh, yeah.
their
That's
little
cool.
like 2D death sprites or whatever that are there.
it's a work of art, man. It really is. And like in the most subjective way I could say it, like it really was like a passion project and like the cartoon nature of it and everything. That's a fucking huge undertaking, man. It really is. Like turning this entire thing into like a cartoon world, that takes a ton of fucking effort, man. You should, if people are really interested, you should go look at like documentaries on how Cuphead was made, just because it's so fucking interesting to see how they incorporated the rubber hose animation into gameplay and how it just so naturally fits within that world. And there's some of that in Mouse PI where I think that, there's some real artistry going on to the point where it's like it's worth checking out just to see it in motion.
Yeah.
And then you can like change the sliders to look as vintage as possible.
Okay.
So you can have this like super clean look, or you can have this like super diffused black and white, like fucking it's a good game. I'm enjoying it. We'll talk about it more on what you're playing, but
no, I would love to eventually get to the point where we all, because it's only a $30 game. It's impressive enough to the point where I would like to have all of us sit down and play it. Whether how we do that, I don't really know. Where you're playing it already, so I would just need to buy it. Nick, have you already bought it?
No.
Okay, so
it's like hell.
well, I'm wondering, 'cause it's only $30. If you eventually do pick it up, you'd probably want to pick it up on Steam just because it is a shooter and it would feel better on mouse and keyboard. But if you got it on PlayStation, then Derek could play it as well. But that's not a prerequisite. We can figure this out. But I would like to do a full episode like all about that game, just because I think that like these types of games are microcosms of like pure artistry in the field where they don't really come up very often. And I'm sure the game is like fine, right? Like it's not a fucking banger. Like it's not like it's not something that you should just drop everything and go play, right? Like it's just like a Red Dead 2 or a fucking GTA 6. Like it's something that you would eventually like I'm not worried about getting spoiled. What the fuck am I going to get spoiled on?
Yeah, you this level shoot everything
so
in it.
There's like really no urgency behind playing it, but it seems like one of those games that like you really should, if you care about video games in this esoteric way, where you would want to just see something different, man. That I'll never forget seeing Cuphead in motion, man. It really was like, for some reason, it was just a game changer to me where I was like, damn, this is breaking a barrier in terms of like artistry and like what we can do with animation in games.
Yeah, if you played Cuphead, let us know in the comments what you think about it. Nick, tell us more about Troy Baker and what he's doing.
But yeah, he's basically saying stuff like, just to quote, he said, to be able to take those tenets and principles, lessons, and losses, and be able to form something new out of that. I want to tell my own stories. I want to proliferate the wisdom and the experience that those other great studios and bad have given me and be able to fold that into new experiences and try my hand at it. And then he kind of goes on to say, I want to build a team. I'm excited about building a studio with people that I've worked with that I can trust and saying, here's my idea. How can you make it better? Um, I don't know. I hope that this comes to fruition because there's really not a doubt in my mind that it would be bad stuff, you know? Like,
Right. I think he would knock it out of the park.
yeah.
So, you know, shooting from the hip, you know, fucking raw opinion here. Okay. Didn't really fucking think this through. Just because he's good at voice acting doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate to really
Yeah.
anything worthwhile. That's
Maybe
the kind of the
so, yeah.
problem is I see super ambitious people like Troy Baker like really kind of put their neck out and like try new things and stuff. And I don't doubt that there's some super fucking virtuous reasons behind starting this, you know, we're never going to overwork our people and we're never going to do this and we're not, you know, I'm sure there's a
Until
whole
it
bunch of
comes crunch time.
that's that's what I'm saying, dude. It's kind of, you know, it's the same thing with like what Kanye said about Polaroid. He's like, I love some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras? You know, like it's, and this is a super bad faith interpretation of his skill set and what he can do. I'm sure he could do something fine. However, I'm gonna be looking at this with bated fucking breath because I'm just gonna be like, how, like, what is it? What is it? Is it gonna
Cautiously
be?
optimistic.
Yes, I would love for it to be great, but like, again, the fuck does he know about? What does he know about like video games other than like
Being
talking to
in
them?
them. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many fucking facets that go into making a video game, and
Just dribble the ball.
kind of, yes. No, I don't know. He's just a very universal guy, and it really kind of makes me think that the guy really just wants to be a part of a whole bunch of different projects. And I hope he doesn't like lose a fuck ton of money in this. I'm sorry, but making video games is an incredibly volatile ecosystem to be a part of. Like you're
Yeah.
really, really either living or dying by that project that you are working on.
Yeah.
So it's Godspeed. Hope he does great. Hope it fucking works out.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like I love the dude. I think he's great. His performances have gotten me to an emotional state. I think he's fucking awesome. But again, the fuck does he know about making video games? You're just part of them.
Just shut up and dribble.
I don't know. Maybe, you know, I mean, he's also got like a shit ton of really good people in his corner, right? Like I'm sure he could call fucking Druckmann and be like,
That's
"Hey,
what
I'm coming across this problem. What did you guys do? Like, I know you guys dealt with something during The Last of Us Part 2. Like, what did you guys do?" You know, he's got plenty of
yeah.
support, right? Like
I
he
feel like
could
yeah, I feel like he can call upon anybody in
anybody,
his Rolodex
anybody.
and they'll be like, "Oh, you know what? Like, yeah, this, that, and the other." And I'm sure he's going to surround himself with nothing but the best of people as far as developers and
But
fucking
that also
anime.
costs a lot of money. Like
It's true.
a lot of fucking money. A lot of money that, you know, a humble fucking voice actor probably doesn't have, you know?
No,
So
man.
unless he gets in bed with like PlayStation or some like huge fucking publisher, which I'm sure I'm sure he's looking at that because that would
Yeah.
be the most obvious choice was just, you know, go to PlayStation, be like, hey, you know, fund us. I gave you
Yeah, yeah.
Joel, you fuck. Like, you
Right?
know, I
Come
gave
on.
you. Come on, come on,
Come on. Come on. It's me.
It's me we're talking about. It's me over
come
here.
on.
It's
I'm
TP. Come
practically
on.
I'm practically Tony PlayStation over here.
I don't know. I love him. I think he's great, but
Yeah.
Very, very curious to see what he'll come up with.
Absolutely. So it's time for another segment of Death Corner. This is our new segment where, once a week we talk about another celebrity that's died.
Once a week.
Um,
Death is inevitable. It's coming for us all.
just like
Focus,
taxes.
bitch.
Just
Time
like
is a
taxes.
construct.
Just
Death
like
and taxes. Death and taxes. Only two certain things ever. Donald Gibb, who was famous for being Ogre in the movie Revenge of the Nerds, and I can't remember Jackson in Bloodsport, which is where I know him best, has passed away. Let's see. This is from USA Today. Actor Donald Gibb, best known for portraying Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds franchise, died at 71 on May 13th, 2026, after complications from ongoing health issues.
I was gonna say that's on the shorter end.
Yeah, the Donald Gibb died in his home in Texas. His death was confirmed by his representative Tina Presley Borick and his children, with his son Travis citing complications from ongoing health issues. Um, his most recent role was as Boss in the action thriller Hands, released in January.
Oh damn, okay.
Yeah, so
Bro was working till he died. That's crazy.
he was still going. So definitely rest in peace. Before we get into the subject of the hour, since you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that is the best and the freest way you help us do that. We also have merch. Go to redbubble.com/nerdcore podcast and get our sayings and logos like this one here and the one on Cole's shirt. On anything you want, from stickers and shirts to mugs and mouse pads.
Do we still have the... I should have worn it. Do we still have the death metal one up?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Isn't this the original Nerd Corp like merch run? Because this bitch is old, bro. I've had this one since the beginning.
This was these were the T Public. These were the T Public shirts.
The T Public era.
Yeah, this was our T Public era. Yeah.
It's a good shirt. It's held up. Obviously, it's losing a little bit of its luster, but it's.
Hey man, these are back from 2018. I say that's a win, dog.
One day we're gonna sell these bitches for hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what
right?
I mean?
Till then, I'll take every $5 I get, bro.
Give me the dollar.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking dollar.
Give me the
this is a dollar
$2.50.
performance, all right?
Yeah.
Give me the fucking dollar.
$2.50. You start paying more, we start doing better. So, yeah.
You start showing up, we'll fucking put effort in, okay?
Cause and
once
effect,
them fucking
bitch.
once them views start popping up, I'll start wearing pants, okay?
Cause
Until
and
then,
cause and effect. You hear me, Jake and Fillmore? You better start sharing, motherfuckers.
you motherfuckers better start paying up fast, all right?
We love you guys. We love you. But now, it's time for...
That shit is fucking trash.
This movie was trash. And this time it was 1997's Starship Troopers.
Great fucking year. Holy shit.
Dude.
So many fucking great things came out.
Objectively trash, but subjectively a banger.
Oh,
no,
bro.
I cannot disagree more. This movie does not suck. This movie fucking rules, dude.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones where I was like, God damn, this is a banger, front to back.
Yeah, dude. Humans in a fascistic, militaristic future wage war with giant alien bugs is the description for this one. Yeah. Directed by Paul Verhoeven. He also directed RoboCop.
I was gonna say that's the same guy, right?
Yeah, he also directed RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, and Showgirls.
So he's got a good ass track record.
Yeah, bro, he does.
RoboCop, Batman, Showgirls.
Yep.
Showbo
Total
girls.
Recall, just titties. Like every movie, every one of those movies has titties in it.
3 of them in Total Recall.
You got 3 of them in Total Recall. It was written by Edward Neumeier. Wrote like everything RoboCop was involved in, like from the movies, even the 2014 one, to the video games. He also wrote Starship Troopers 2, Hero of the Federation. I mean, this man loves his sequels. It was also written by Robert A. Heinlein, who was written for everything involved with Starship Troopers. From a 44 episode animated kids series called Roughnecks in 99 2000. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Rico's
They really,
Roughnecks.
dude, they tried so hard to get this to be like a fucking
Oh, this,
thing.
yeah, they wanted this to be a franchise. And then an animated movie called Invasion in 2012, to novels, even an audiobook that was like in 2024.
That's fucking insane that it has that much relevancy this far in.
Just the longevity that this thing has is insane. Movie stars Casper Van Dien as Johnny Rico. He was Captain Abraham Van Helsing in Dracula 3000. You guys remember that movie?
I think I went to that movie in theaters.
That's so crazy that you say
I thought
that,
I hallucinated that movie.
Yeah.
Dog. Like, I thought I dreamt that movie up.
That's why I'm saying I think I went to it in theaters, because I'm not 100% sure.
I have a very specific memory of watching the trailer for that movie as a commercial on commercial TV. Like that shit was wow. You really just unlocked the fucking Vampire 3000. That's or Dracula 3000.
Vampire 3000. He was the voice of Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat Legacy, and a Starship Troopers video game. One of the funnier roles that I seen him have was as Rumpelstiltskin in an Asylum movie called Avengers Grimm.
What the fuck?
Get a load of this fucking description because I really wanted to fucking...
Please, yeah.
When Rumpelstiltskin destroys the magic mirror and escapes to the modern world, the 4 princesses, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Rapunzel, are sucked through the portal too. The 4 women now must save the Earth.
Can we please do this as an episode? Can we please do this as an episode?
So down, dude. I'd be so down to do this as an episode.
There's also... Oh, sorry.
It's one of those, the Asylum. You know the movie company. They're just notorious for making the shittiest. Dude, and I mean,
that sounds like a great pick for this movie. Sucks.
The shit from the buddiest movies ever.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He was also in. There's this movie. Oh, I think it's called Noobs. It's with what Jason Mewes. And they're like gamers that I can't remember like the whole premise, but they were like playing Gears, weren't they? Yeah, they were like a weird fucking movie, dude. This movie's awesome. They were playing like online Gears, and they were like gonna go to this tournament, and they needed to recruit everybody that they played with, and so one of their online friends was Casper Van Dien. And he just plays himself, and they like show up to his house, and he's out like washing his like sports car.
That's so awesome.
Dude. I'm actually no lie. I'm probably gonna look this movie up.
It's so funny,
dude. This was like height of the high school weed days when I watched this movie. Oh my god, what another!
It's great.
Another memory that you just unlocked. Fucking Noobs, dude. I didn't think anybody knew about that movie.
That's funny.
I think the same thing.
That's crazy, bro.
Like I didn't expect any of you to go, "Oh yeah," when I started talking about it.
Dude, it was one of those movies where it was like it's 2:00 in the morning and I'm browsing Netflix and I put something on. I think I literally saw Gears of War and I was like, "Oh, cool, they're playing Gears," so I put the fucking movie on.
Yeah,
something like that. This guy fucking rules, dude. Is he in all of the sequels?
No,
as Rico.
So I don't think he's in the second one, but there's like I don't know if it's like a video or something else, but he's in like a third installment as like Colonel Rico.
The third movie is called Marauders, and I'm pretty sure he's in that movie because we watched the trailer and his old ass is in that fucking trailer.
That's so crazy.
Oh, he's great, dude. I loved him.
Yeah, Casper Van Dien's so cool, dude.
Well, and he's so funny because he's like, dude, he is the living, breathing Chad meme. He like
Yeah.
really is. He's got the most fucking pristine, perfect jawline that I think I've ever seen on a human being.
Mhm.
He's like, dude, he's like heart, like 90s heartthrob, like fucking top of the list type shit.
And I think he was I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but I think he was like on a couple episodes of 90210.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
He's a pretty boy, dude.
We have Dina Meyer as Dizzy Flores. She was Barbara Gordon in the Birds of Prey TV show. Carrie in the Saw movies.
Okay.
And she was on like one or two episodes of shows like NCIS, American Horror Story, Burn Notice, Nip Tuck. Like she was just like all over there
Okay.
as like this day player for a bunch of stuff. Denise Richards as Carmen Ibanez.
I was wondering who this was, man, because I was like, oh man, it's that girl. It's that girl. Because I remember her. Like, what was she in? She had to have been in like
Okay.
some 90s.
So she was in. So she was in. Hold on. So she was in Scary Movie 3. She was Dr. Christmas Jones in 007. The World Is Not Enough.
Okay.
And of course, the reason that cemented me liking lesbians, Kelly Van Ryan in Wild Things.
Okay, so she wasn't in like any like CW like fucking One Tree Hill type ass fucking show.
I don't.
No, she's like a
so.
Hollywood actress. Like,
dude, she is. Well, and I remember thinking like, oh, that's one
she
of
was
those girls.
she was married to Charlie Sheen.
That makes a lot of sense. Charlie,
check.
dog.
So there's a movie that she was in that my buddy Neil introduced me to. And if you play the game High on Life, you can actually watch this movie in game in its entirety.
That's so
no way.
It's called Tammy and the T-Rex.
What the hell?
And it's got Denise Richards, Paul Walker, and I think like those are the only two notable names, but it is one of the worst movies ever made. And it needs to be watched by all of us. So it needs to be in rotation for another episode because it's so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah. I really enjoyed hating Denise Richards' character. I'm like,
oh, she is such a sociopath
like,
in this movie.
I was so in Rico's camp where I was like, dude, this chick is, she's taught, she's flirting around with fucking what's his name,
Xander.
Bro, Dizzy was way flyer than her anyway, bro.
Well, dude, and not only that, but like, look at Xander, dude, with that goofy ass fucking haircut. What do you mean you're fucking looking at his ass way more than you're dude? Be for real, like, right? Honestly, be for real.
You put those two in comparison, he's never getting chosen.
Bro, he looks like he could have been Ross from Friends.
Yeah,
no contest. No,
you know who he kind of makes me think of is, I don't remember his name, but he's like a character actor, and he was in The Other Guys when he's like, yeah, until you shot Jader. Like, do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh fuck, what's his name?
I don't know.
Fuck. Yeah,
But yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
That boy Jake Busey is Ace Levy.
That horse-toothed bastard.
He was
wait, is that Busey?
Yep. Yeah, that's Gary Busey's son, dude.
I'm buying this fucking movie right now, dude. God damn
it. He was Bruce in 5 episodes of Stranger Things. Krug in Enemy of the State. And my favorite role of his, he was Johnny Bartlett in The Frighteners, which we should totally do for a Retromania.
Did you also, the one role that I think of no matter what when it comes to him, did you ever watch Contact?
Yes.
Dude, when he's the bomber guy.
Yep. Yeah,
He
dude.
scared the shit out of me in that movie.
But the Frighteners is definitely a movie I want to.
Frighteners is pristine.
Down.
And the man needs no introduction. Even then, boy was famous before this movie. Neil Patrick Harris is Carl Jenkins. Doogie Howser, M.D. Barney Stinson in How I Met Your Mother, and Count Olaf in 2017's A Series of Unfortunate Events. One of my favorite MPH roles is his role in as himself in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
That's the exact same
NPH would
thing
never
came to
say
my
that.
mind, yes.
Yeah, dude, it's just like, fuck, let's go get some pussy.
He's
Did you guys see that
absolutely at
unicorn?
his best when he is just a psychopath, and he
Yeah.
is a psychopath in this movie. I love how he's just so deadpan and just like I love the moment when they're all outside of they all signed up, right, and they're doing the three-way pack where it's like we're all gonna be friends, and
Yeah.
he's just like, I mean,
Fuck you
probably
guys.
not. We're gonna be like
Like-
millions and millions, like light years away from each other.
It's funny too because you see him as like kind of the like he's kind of like the third wheel, but he's like a comedic relief. And then the
Yeah.
moment that he gets enlisted, he's just like fucking Stonewall Jackson, dude. He's like no
all
nonsense,
straight
like
laced and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get enough of him, honestly. I felt like he probably could have played a bigger role in the movie than
I agree.
than what he did. Like
Yeah.
I guess my only complaint, if it is a really complaint, is just like I just wanted more of that character because he's so unique. And
What an
he's
interesting. It was like the most interesting,
yeah.
like character wise. I think. Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but like dude's acting his balls off with that,
Mhm.
with that role. So I'm just thinking like, damn, I just kind of wanted to see him be a military psychopath.
Intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just wanted to see more, basically.
Yep. That man Michael Ironside as Raschak.
Sam fucking Fisher himself.
That's
Yep.
right. He was Sam Fisher. He was also the voice of Darkseid in the HBO Harley Quinn animated series and Lego DC superhero villains game.
Michael
he was.
Ironside is legendary.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't really need to say anything else. Legendary voice.
Kane in the Callisto Protocol podcast series called Helix Station.
Never gonna fucking look at that up. Like that's terrible. That's
Yeah.
really sad that his legendary voice is lent to something that is probably never gonna be viewed
Never
by
gonna
more
see
than
the light of day
100,000
ever.
people.
Yeah. He was Richter in Total Recall and Jester in Top Gun.
See you at the party, Richter.
Yeah.
Body rolls.
Yeah. So I've got a few questions for you guys. Let's see what you think. Director Paul Verhoeven intentionally hired hyper attractive, somewhat stiff actors to play the characters who were essentially brainwashed, hollow vessels for military propaganda. They almost have no depth. They smile through the most horrific situations. When you watch Johnny, Carmen, and Ace, do you actually root for them as heroes, or do you feel like they're like high school drama robots that are completely oblivious to the fascistic nightmare they live in?
Nick, you can go first.
I mean, I root for them as heroes, but at the same time, it's like, when they're not like those in all those scenes where they're in the barracks or whatever, and they're just kind of like fucking around or whatever, but like when it comes down to it, like every single one of them is just like, as soon as they get out there to fight, they're just like doing their role,
Like the ultimate product of the FedNet
Yeah.
propaganda.
yeah. So I mean, I feel like you almost kind of have to root for them as heroes because, even though they're like the main characters,
Mhm.
but yeah, I definitely would root for them just because you want them all to like succeed and survive. And most of them do, but
Yeah.
As like an audience member, right? Like
Mhm.
as somebody who is consuming this content, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if I really ever concerned myself with the idea that like, am I rooting for these people? Yes. you know, like if you're looking for a yes or no, yes,
Mhm.
I'm rooting for these characters. However, it's way more of like, and why this movie definitely veers into being not just good, but like, whoa, did
Mhm.
you mean to do this? Like, like this is you know, and I've watched a couple interviews, which is, you know, and I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna read the book just because I think that it's a cool enough idea that I think I might enjoy, you know, the actual source material. And
Right.
I don't know if I see these characters getting mixed up with like the fascistic, you know, angle of the storytelling, just
Mhm.
because like they're just pawns, bro. Like especially this, you know, this Rico character. He's a dummy. Basically, like he comes from a well-to-do family, and then he's just like, no, I basically want to go die in this war, and it just never really, you don't really ever get his true intentions until he you know, and of course we're going to get into spoilers, but like he didn't, you know, he wasn't really taking anything seriously until one of his squad mates fucking dies in a drill, which
Yeah.
was insanely shocking, by the way. I was not expecting that, and I
Dude, I
was
forgot
kind
all
of
about that
shocked.
scene. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like there was like a level of shock to it where I was like, damn, like I wasn't really invested like that in these characters, but now I am, because I saw such a dire consequence of him being a dipshit, you know,
Yeah.
like it was. And even in that moment, I didn't really feel like he was super deserving of the criticism that he was getting. Like he got like crazy fucking punishment from that, like, you know,
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
lashes and shit.
Yeah.
And it was all just because he was trying to, you know, fix things on the fly, right? Like the
Mhm.
one of the guy that died, his helmet was fucked up, so he was like, hey, you know, just kind of fuck. And it was very funny scene, by the way, because it was like, what do you mean, does your helmet just not fucking fit? What do you mean it doesn't? Like he's just like fiddling with it, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
just put it on your head,
These are
private, you
live
know.
rounds, big dog.
I don't know, just kind of mixed in with the like this super graphic fucking headshot death that was like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like just
Yeah.
this like tonal whiplash where I was like, you know, because I love the fact that me and Angela the entire movie was like, oh my god, that's a Helldivers reference. That's like that's a
Yeah.
thing that Helldivers just straight up ate, right?
Just fucking just took it.
Like every time someone said bug hole, Angela was like bug hole, you know. It's crazy how much that game took inspiration from this shit, because it is
Oh
like
yeah.
straight from the fucking horse's mouth. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
identical, bro, to the point where some people might even like find offense to it. It was like, damn, dude, you like straight up were just like, no, this is Starship Troopers, like just in
Yeah.
video game form. Like,
Oh yeah.
and I love the commitment to that, basically, and why that game stands out among a myriad of other multiplayer fucking games that you could be playing, right? Like it just stood out
Yeah.
because of this fucking insane tone where it was like, no, you're gonna die,
Yeah.
you're gonna like, no, you're a pawn, you're a piece of a greater thing, but that's awesome, that's great, this is your purpose, is to
Right.
die in this war for us. Like
Yeah.
nothing could be more honorable than
Yeah.
dying.
This is the most noble thing you're ever gonna do with your life.
And I
Like,
love it, dude. That's like, some people are
mhm.
calling that, you know, fascism. And I can understand why you would think that's fascism. I think you should pick up a book and figure out, you know, the actual legitimate reason, you know, meaning behind that word. But there is a lot of fascistic things in this movie that really
Oh yeah.
kind of just it. This movie was probably stupid, misunderstood when it came out, probably still to this day.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's at the point now where it's like, oh my god, no, you weren't just making some cheesy fucking space movie. No, you had like mega thought into this, like behind the propaganda and the are you interested? Ask us how. Like there's some really subliminal fucking brainwashing shit in this movie that's like, I don't know. I don't know how anybody can look at this movie and be like, this is a bad movie, because it's not. It's trying to do something, and it fucking succeeds almost in every facet. It's crazy.
So I'm in the camp that two things can be true. I, of course, as the main characters, I want them to succeed and I want them to be the heroes, right? Like that's like it's just like you said, as an audience member, like that's what you're there
It's
for.
the normal thing to do. Yeah.
You see the main characters and you want them to succeed. But I also do think that like they are the high school drama robots who are completely oblivious to the nightmare that they live in. I mean, Carmen breaks up with Johnny via a literal video message while he's grieving his dead parents, and then later she's flashing a massive blinding smile while flying a starship. You know what I mean? Like she's a sociopath, but also the ultimate product of that FedNet propaganda. The would you like to know more propaganda breaks are legendary, but like the casual madness inside of them is wild, What is the single funniest or most unhinged piece of casual world building that you guys found in this movie? For me, it's the co-ed group showers where nobody looks at each other sexually because they're too busy talking about duty. You know what I mean? Like it's just co-ed showers and like everybody's naked, nobody's looking at anybody's junk, and they're just sitting there talking about.
Was this ever a thing in like military? Like
I have no idea,
because like the military's co-ed, right? Like, and that's what they do, right? Like they just.
I don't know if they shower.
Yeah, I don't know if they like shower
together. I feel like that they would have like separate barracks, but I have no idea either.
Well, and I think it more kind of just speaks to the idea of like a squad, right? Like you're doing everything together, so you've always got each other's back. So it's like more of like a mentality thing. Like I don't fucking know anything about like military like mindsets or fucking I'm not gonna fucking pretend. However, I can see like the idea behind like the pack mentality, where these are your people, so you do everything together. You shower, you eat, you sleep, you do everything together because you are a unit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that could be a super fucking good faith interpretation of just a silly scene that they probably just wanted to include tits because they knew it would get, teenage boys to buy tickets, right? Like that's a very real possibility too. However, there's a chance that it might have been like a squad unity thing.
But for me, it was just like, it's just so funny because they get so into talking about their duty or what their purpose is that they just don't notice that there's naked bitches everywhere and there's dicks hanging out.
It's campy. It's a very camp nature of the movie, where it's like the movie has times where it begs to be taken seriously. Yeah. And then it will do shit like that, where it's like, is this normal? Is this a normal thing? Like any normal fucking person's going to look at that scene and be like, why are they together? Like
why aren't they lusting weird after each other either? Like,
well, yeah. And and in the same fucking movie, within the same hour, those two people that were in the shower are also having sex, you know? So it's like,
it was brand new to them though. Like if they saw each other's naked bodies, like that was brand new to them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. It could speak to, some subtle character development, subtle world building. I really don't think so. I think it was more just, hey, can we get this hot lady to take her shirt off? Right. That's ultimately the sad, reality, but it's probably the one that we live in.
Yeah. One of the things that also stood out to me was that live televised execution where the guy's like judged in the morning and then killed by the afternoon. It's insane.
It just kind of speaks to that
on all networks, on all channels.
Yeah. Well, it just kind of speaks to like why people think that it's like, it's a very fascism heavy world where it's like, yeah, we're going to kill this man on live TV because like human life like really doesn't have any value in this universe. Like they won't let anybody vote or do anything meaningful unless they go and like
Become a
risk their
citizen.
life in a war that it's very interesting. It's an interesting idea. That's why I want to read the book, because the book probably just like really delves into
Gets
these
into it,
ideas
yeah.
and like this foundation that the movie kind of, which at the end of the day is all a movie really is just an advertisement for the book. It's an advertisement for the movie or for the game or for the book or for the the TV show or whatever. Like
Toy,
a lot of the time the movie is just justified advertisement for
yeah.
for whatever, a more viable form of content.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the book was super popular. I really don't think so, just because it sounds like a really like a run-of-the-mill fucking sci-fi story from the 50s.
Yeah.
Like, which it's 49, right? It was 1949 when the book came out. It was something like that.
Mm.
A long ass time ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Starship Troopers book?
Yeah, I think it was 1949.
1949?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
Like
It's an
40
old,
years before the movie.
it's a fucking old book, dude. Let me
1959.
59. Okay,
That's
my bad.
crazy.
Yeah, 1959. That's
I
crazy.
thought that I was thinking that there was like the book after the movie, but
No. Um, when this movie came out in 1997, critics famously hated it because they thought it was actually a dumb, trashy pro-war action movie that like missed the satire entirely.
Yeah.
But knowing that, does the movie successfully pull off its big trick, or does it lean so hard into the schlock and bad acting that it actually becomes trash?
Give me one bad actor in this movie.
Casper Van Dien.
Fuck no. There's
Casper
there
Van
is there
Casper
is
Van Dien was pretty
nothing
bad in this movie.
there's nothing that he did that was anything worse than any fucking run-of-the-mill action star from the 90s. Please. Come on.
Mm,
He's
mm-mm.
fine. He's fucking fine.
No,
He's
I
like,
don't agree.
I don't. So what were some bad lines that you got from? He was fine. He's not like perfect. He's not like
Well,
fucking
it's just
Keanu or anything. Like
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to talk about like 90s action stars, you want to talk about like Mel Gibson.
Sure.
You want to talk about Keanu Reeves. You want to talk about Bruce Willis. Like, there is
Sure.
there is no indication in this movie that I thought this man embodied the roles of any of the men that I mentioned. Not
Well,
to say that
yeah.
not to say that he wasn't like all bad, but I mean there were just moments where there was zero life in that man's eyes. Casper Van Dien had.
That's crazy. I didn't see. I can like now that you're like pointing it out, like I can see that. However, like I can also like everyone. I don't know. Like I could, part of it could just be like I'm just used to camp and I like camp, so it's like they're
Mhm.
just they're not really like the goofy nature of the camp is not putting me off, but I like. I don't know. He's so inoffensive. Yeah, he's not like
Well,
fucking
right. Like I'm not
perfect,
saying
but like
that it's bad so bad that it hurts,
yeah.
but objectively he's not a good actor.
I think he's just like zero, right? Like he's not bad, but he's not good. He's just kind
Yeah.
of like he's just like right in the middle where it's like he did enough. Like I liked his emotional responses to things that were happening. Like I thought that they were, I mean, like within, the parameters of a 90s, I'm wearing 90s glasses here.
Yeah.
Like they seemed fine. Like he seemed fine. Uh, her name's Denise Richards, right?
Yeah,
Like she was
she
great.
was
Like I don't think any of the people that were in this movie were bad. Like I thought all of them were like
I think
great.
Casper Van
Actually.
Dien and Denise Richards were like two of the bigger perpetrators of like the deadpan
Yeah.
like
Well,
line
and
delivery.
sure, and I can kind of see because this seems like kind of in the later part of their just beginning their careers, so they're probably like,
Oh yeah.
just dead
Like
inside.
it's
They're like,
absolutely nothing against them, but it's just,
yeah,
like it like, to me, the movie does pull off its big trick. You know what I mean? It gets you to see what it could be like if something like this were to actually happen, and it gets you to see like what a machine like that would do. You know what I mean? What a
sure.
propaganda machine like that would do. They pull it off just fine, but to fucking purport that fucking Casper Van Dien pulled off an Oscar-worthy performance, and so did Denise Richards, you're up in the night.
Well, no one's saying that though.
Well, that's what I'm. But he asked, like I was. Just, he was. You asked.
Nick, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I agree with the big trick being pulled off. Like the movie did what the movie was setting out to do. Especially back then when, there were pretty major wars going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of falling on Cole's side of the fence with him, just with Casper and Denise, just like not being bad but not being good, just like middle of the road. Like I wouldn't nominate them for
Right.
anything, but at the same time, I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, these two guys were horrible in this movie."
Yeah, I'm not saying that they were horrible. They were very entertaining. I just,
Yeah.
just, like Dizzy's death scene.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Don't let me go, Johnny.
Let me go.
Let me go. Yeah, come on.
Brutal. The short answer is yes. I think it pulls it off pretty well. I think this movie goes over a lot of people's heads, and like,
it really
why it's cool, why it's like interesting, and but I don't know. I think it was kind of, I don't know if it was intentional. It was more just people being dumb and not really understanding like why, because there is a certain level of like media literacy that's kind of required to understand, like, I think why this movie is good, and like why, that's when you start going into like these alternate passive thought where it's like, oh, the army that they're in is like, super fascistic and fucking like all these thoughts come from the idea that there is something more to what this movie's trying to say.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that just speaks to something that is worth having, like more than a cult status in my eyes. But at the same time, it's just a dumb schlocky fucking alien movie from the 90s.
Yeah.
There is one minor thing that I wanted to point out, and I don't know if anybody else picked up on this, but the effects for like all of the dead corpses were top fucking notch.
Dude, the effects, like, at all, like,
Yeah,
just as a whole for 1997,
all of them were good, but I'm especially just saying, like, when they walk around and there's all these like dead people and the looks on their faces, it's just like, holy shit, dude, like, out of the park with that.
That would be an interesting thing to talk about, is the budget and what the budget would be like today. Because I think that if there is one thing about this movie that is genuinely, objectively fucking impressive, is the CGI. I think the CGI in this movie is top fucking tier. Like, unfucking real that they got something looking this good. Dude, when they're lighting up a bug, you can literally see pieces of its flesh and armor and like flying off. This is
like the impact. And
this is not something that is just cheaply fucking done. This is meticulously fucking gone through and CGI'd to perfection. Like, I was shocked. I was like, what fucking year was this movie?
Yeah.
Like that. This is, I can't believe this. And I would love to know like the budget, just because CGI back then was stupid expensive. It wasn't the cheaper alternative. It was the up and coming way to do everything,
Yeah. So the budget was $105 million.
So for 97, what is that?
That's $217,863,551.
It's a
So
big fuck. That's a chunk of change, Fred.
A little more than
200
double.
Dumbass fucking movie, dude.
200 million, and half of that, $50 million of that went into the CGI.
That I don't know.
It
dude.
shows.
I walked away super, super, super impressed with the CGI. Like I thought the bugs looked great. I thought the gore looked great. Like even the like shitty 90s like space venture shit. Like I thought that was still really good too. Like I don't know.
For comparison, these are movies that have a $200 million budget as of like these recent years. X-Men Days of Future Past, Godzilla King of Monsters, Terminator Salvation, and the upcoming Masters of the Universe movie.
Ooh, rough.
Yeah. That movie's gonna bomb. It's gonna suck so bad.
I'm still gonna go see it.
I feel so bad because I'm just like, every time I see the trailer, I'm like, damn, dude, are people excited for this?
And Jared Leto's fucking Skeletor isn't even gonna be fucking doing the silly voice or anything. It's
Yeah,
just
he went for like a template scary voice, didn't he?
I will kill you, He-Man. You know what I mean?
He's
But
probably
whatever.
He could
he's
have
probably
been
method acting right now, and he's gonna send his co-star as a dead rat or some shit.
dude, and you couldn't even like you couldn't
Inside a
make this any
condom.
easier, bro. All you have to be is like, He-Man, you're
Right?
gonna stick your dick in my ass, He-Man.
Anyone in the world can make a Skeletor voice. Anyone. And
Just give
we
me royalties. I'll do it right now.
And we landed on fucking Jared Leto.
He-Man.
He-Man, I'll stick this in your butthole, He-Man.
Until next time, He-Man.
Until next
Bend over,
time.
He-Man.
Until next time, keep your butthole tight. Like it's like it is insane to me that this man keeps getting roles because he keeps fucking them up. The Joker, Morbius, and now fucking Skeletor. I'm not watching this movie ever. Like
Derek would be so sad.
I'd rather go rewatch Mortal Kombat 2.
Was it that bad?
Dude,
we were
I
almost
couldn't.
gonna go see it.
I could not handle Carl Urban's accent. I could not, dude. Like it is like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, dude, that he sucked at Johnny
He
Cage.
sucks.
The humor
I
was
wonder
great.
how they landed on him, like, because
Right?
I know The Miz really wanted to play Johnny Cage.
I
and
would
it
have
would've been
rather had The
perfect.
Miz. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if The Miz was Johnny Cage, that'd have been it.
Like, he is Johnny Cage in WWE. Like,
Yeah.
he's already the character.
I don't know, dude. Like that movie was cool, but it wasn't like the action was cool and everything was there. But like if you ask me like to remember that movie beat for beat, I couldn't tell you. Like if you asked me to like name a significant moment in that movie, I couldn't tell it to you because that movie had such a low impact on me. It was fun. It was fun to watch. I took the boys and the boys liked it, but I don't know, man. When I came out of it, I was like, yeah, that was pretty decent. But the more that I think about it, I'm just like, I don't think I like that movie. But anyway, we continue on. The mobile infantry has spaceships, mini nukes, and advanced technology, but their primary tactical strategy against millions of razor-sharp bugs is to stand in the big open field and shoot assault rifles. What is the absolute worst tactical military decision made in this movie, do you think? Is it landing thousands of ground troops on Klendathu without any air support? Or the fact that the heavy artillery consists of Michael Ironside just yelling at people?
Well, I think it was like, wasn't it a thing that's like, oh, we didn't know that they had anti-air?
Mhm.
Like, because they were like, what
They're like,
initially
yeah,
happens
It's
is
just
that
plasma.
one of their fucking asteroids that they've been spitting at Earth for the last fucking 2 decades is finally hit Earth, and it wiped out an entire part of California. And so now we're going to fight them. And so we just immediately just rush into battle. But we didn't know that they have
It was
fucking
Argentina.
Argentina. My bad.
Yeah, that's a world breaking thing for me. It's like you're telling me
All these
Johnny
white kids.
Rico is from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Like,
It's a beautiful place. Had to be colonized.
They called it, what did they call it? The Latin paradise in the movie,
none of you are Latin.
right?
None of you.
Especially fucking Jake Busey's pasty fucking ass. Jake Busey's the most albino motherfucker in that movie. And you want us to think that he's from Buenos Aires, Argentina? No, bro.
Argentina. I don't know. I mean, like in actuality, Rico jumping on that big ass beetle was probably
Terrible.
a really stupid thing to do. But I mean,
The
obviously
tanker.
it worked out because it's going to, because it's in the movie. But
Right, plot armor. But like I think it's funny to me that they are like, we're just gonna fucking go over there because they hit the nuke, not doing any kind of reconnaissance whatsoever.
I also don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think they knew that the bugs were actually like smart and like knew what
Right.
they were doing.
Which a simple reconnaissance mission would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Of course. No, there's it
And
is a
obviously-
dumb schlocky shoot 'em up movie, so of course we're gonna make dumb decisions. I don't know. The which one was it? It was the redheaded girlfriend that he wanted nothing to do with. She just perfectly throws a grenade in the beetle thing's mouth and it blows
Yeah.
his face off.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm like, no, that would never happen.
Wanted
at
nothing
least-
to do with until he got broken up with, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll hit it."
Yeah. Like it only took Michael Ironside saying one thing to him to be like, oh yeah, I think I will.
Yeah.
He was just like, and it wasn't even like something super poignant or fucking like
Just don't let a good thing go or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
He was just like, don't pass up a good thing, bro. I gotta go. And he was just like, I believe I will get up in that pussy. And it just fucking
That Dizzy is one hot piece of ace.
yeah. Fucking what was I gonna say? I forgot it. But yeah, dude. It obviously we don't take this movie seriously, but it was fun to think about, you know what I mean?
I did kind of want to go back to the propaganda ads that like some nameless person was watching, because you see the mouse cursor moving around or whatever.
Yeah.
But the one where they're like letting the kids play with the guns and they're like fighting over them and just laughing. Like,
they're like, ha 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 ha! Here, have some bullets, children.
yeah. Like, here you go.
Fully automatic machine gun. Here you go.
Here, have some live rounds. Oh man, this movie's crazy. So one last question before we head into trivia. Verhoeven just doesn't do gore. He does slapstick gore. It's incredibly violent, but framed so absurdly that it feels like a Looney Tunes short with a hard R rating. What's the most glorious over-the-top kill or mutilation in the film for you guys?
Hard R, huh?
Hard R rating. NC-17.
I was going for the
Oh, I know what you were
N-word
going.
joke. Okay. Most over the top. It's probably, I think it's the newscaster that just gets ripped in half.
Yeah.
And there's another one, I can't remember what scene it is, but one of them gets like ripped in half and then their torso just like gets thrown at Rico's face and just like hits him.
One of them for me was the guy getting like liquefied by the bug acid.
Oh yeah. Or
The
the
arm,
Mm-hmm.
the
the
arm
arm
getting
was cool
liquefied.
too. Or when they're extracting and the tower guys are trying to run in and they just get burned alive,
Just
just like start
vaporized.
melting.
I'll tell you what my most satisfying mutilation kill was when Xander got his fucking brain sucked out of his head.
Yeah, dude.
It's just
Awful, awful scene.
Trying to move in on my boys'
right?
territory.
Can't do it, buddy.
Mm-mm.
Can't do it.
Bros before hoes.
One of the
My,
funniest deaths for me was Watkins.
oh yeah.
You trying to be a hero, Watkins? I was like, at least the black guy went out with a bang. You know what I mean?
Literal bang.
Right?
The most shocking death for me is still that firing drill mishap where the guy just
Yeah.
gets his fucking dome cap blown
Yeah.
off, and I'm like, there's nothing slapstick about that at all.
Yeah. No way.
That was
No way.
terrible. Like that was like terribly tragic.
And
in
it's all
every way.
because like one of them gets hit by the laser and like just starts her trigger finger just starts going crazy. Right?
Yep. Then she's over there looking all sad, like she didn't just fuck everything up.
Like
Yeah,
it wasn't her fault.
yeah, it's
Like,
totally
come
her
on,
fault.
man. Did she get 10 lashes too? Be for real. Be for real.
That's a whole different movie.
I think this is an
It doesn't
alternate
become
reality.
Starship Troopers anymore. It becomes Starship Roots.
Yeah.
Alternate reality where Hank doesn't die in Breaking Bad and becomes the corporal general of the
Oh, man.
Federation.
ASAC Schrader in the flesh, dude, on another fucking planet.
And Mr.
Just being the
Krabs.
same guy.
Mr. Krabs is the drill sergeant.
Is that really the same guy?
Yeah. Clancy
That's
Brown.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Well, now comes time for our trivia portion. Shout out to imdb.com for giving us the trivia. For those of you new to the segment, we just go around the screen reading some fun trivia, see who thumbs up or thumbs down, and have a little laugh. In a 2016 interview, Casper Van Dien revealed a funny incident when he was picking up his two daughters from school. I went by the line at school to pick up my kids. I drive up to the school, and when I get there, there are these 6, 10, and 8-year-old boys hanging out with my daughters. I pull up in the line, and the boys go, Johnny Rico, why didn't you tell us your dad was Johnny Rico? And I said, what are you boys doing watching Starship Troopers? They said, our dads made us watch it with them.
What?
Then my daughters get in the car, and my 10-year-old says, Dad, were you really naked in Starship Troopers? And I said, yeah. And she said, how could you do that to me? And then my 8-year-old says, wait, like naked, naked? And I said, yup. And she said, oh my God, my life is ruined. That was the longest 3-minute ride home I've had in my life. The
That
19
rules.
people didn't like that at all.
I love that. Fuck those 19 people, dude. That's
Right?
great.
You had your dick out in a movie, Dad?
Yep. And you also get to see Dizzy's titties as well.
Titties, twice.
Titties.
Twice.
Director Paul Verhoeven and stars Dina Meyer and Casper Van Dien confirmed that Verhoeven and cinematographer Jost Vacano shot the co-ed shower scene in the nude themselves on a dare from Meyer. And it helped, added Verhoeven. Hell yeah, dude. On the day of the shoot, Verhoeven had cleared the set of everyone except himself, Vacano, and the cast, and asked them to do a little fashion show without fashion so that they could get comfortable being naked. When the cast was reluctant to disrobe, Verhoeven asked them what the big deal was, to which Meyer responded, Paul, if it's no big deal, why don't you do it? Quite unexpectedly, both Verhoeven and Vacano got undressed. Vacano had no problem with it, as he had been raised in nudity camps. But Verhoeven later admitted that he found it somewhat difficult, however, as he told Vacano, hey, we need to give an example. The effort paid off because after an initial shock, Van Dien reportedly yelled, "Oh God, Dina, why?" Everyone started to laugh, and the scene was filmed without problems.
Hell yeah.
It's funny shit.
Everybody naked.
Most of the arachnids appearing in the film are CGI, but a few life-size robotic models were built. However, during the battle scenes, the actors mostly wound up looking at director Paul Verhoeven himself, who would stand in front of them and jump and scream, even chasing them with a broom in an attempt to generate some of the fearsomeness of a 12-foot space ant. Clancy Brown, who played Sergeant Zim, affectionately described the director as a quote nutbag, given to quote jumping up and downs with a bullhorn going, "I'm a big fucking bug, I'll kill you." I loved him. He was so much fun.
That's rad. 7 people hated it, and they just have no fun in their hearts.
No, 7 people must be the life of the party.
Right? You must be great. Uh, Michael Ironside was Casper Van Dien's mentor on the film, as his character mentor and also in real life, behind the scenes and on set. Quote, and I can still hear his voice and everything when I'm acting to this day. The same goes with Clancy Brown. Both of them, they influenced me more than they know.
Director Paul Verhoeven explained that his reasons for including the notorious co-ed shower scene were to show that for all of its flaws, the Federation Army has complete gender and racial neutrality, as women and people of color are seen in high ranks with no issue. He added that the gender neutrality extends to the point where men and women shower together, pointing out that most of them are fascists without libido, too preoccupied with their military career to regard their nudity as even vaguely erotic, except for 2 people in the shower.
Right?
When talking about the legacy of the scene in a 2014 interview with Empire magazine, he mentioned the difficulty of including it. It's strange, but of course, Americans get more upset about nudity than ultraviolence. I am constantly amazed about that. I mean, I haven't seen any sex scenes in American film that are anything other than completely boring. A bare breast is more difficult to get through the censors than a body riddled with bullets. And oh, he's so fucking right, dude.
He really is, dude.
It's that,
Yeah. Not only that, not gonna lie, pretty good sex scene. Pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Just pretty good. Not gonna lie. Director Paul Verhoeven. It's his favorite movie of his own, which is very funny. I don't know. I would be super proud of this movie too, dude. There's something to be said about taking something that wasn't this and turning it into something completely different. Like as elegantly as he did, right? Like that book is super serious in tone, and this just really kind of adopted this very campy, very entertaining, movie spin on it, which I think does work.
it's a niche cult classic. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, if you know, you know, but it's not like insanely widely regarded.
Yeah. A miniature Millennium Falcon can be seen on the backside of one of the Starship's bridges. That's very funny. Very cool.
That is pretty cool.
In the director commentary on the Blu-ray and DVD, Paul Verhoeven stated, showing the mutilated bodies on FedNet was to encourage more people to join the Federation. The cow being censored was due to PETA animal supporters, and the experiment on the brain bug was censored as it was classified information. That's very funny. So they had a cow getting just fucking mutilated.
Right?
They censored it. That's very funny.
I wonder how much money that was to do that. And then they had to end up fucking just
Yeah.
So just scrap it all.
I mean, it kind of it works for like the propaganda movie that they're showing, because it's like,
Yeah,
something you'd probably want to censor out if you're showing it to the public,
it's just one more
Yeah.
thing that PETA ruined,
Yeah. People for the eating of tasty animals.
right.
I had a shirt very similar to this one. I wore it for a very long time. It said PETA, people eating tasty animals. And I was very proud of that shirt for
As you should have been.
Several scenes were filmed following Carmen coming to grips with the supposed death of Johnny Rico while starting a relationship with Xander. However, test audiences started to hate her character for hooking up with another man so soon after the death of her former lover, and were very vocal about it. The scenes were subsequently deleted, although a relationship between Carmen and Xander is still implied in the rest of the movie. Apparently, the cuts worked, as Richards later said that, quote, if there were negative audience reactions to her swapping between the two men, I didn't hear about it.
I don't need to see I don't need to see explicit cheating to know that bitch is cheating. All
Right?
right.
She's a sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she just very clearly wants to have like a career. She doesn't want to have like that. She just keeps getting mixed up in this shit. That's why it's like it's funny that they do like heavily imply the fact that they are together. Like they are like they work together. So it's like seeing that they had like a bunch of scenes and it got cut. That's just why. Like let that character be a shitty character. Who cares? Like it's
Right.
if that's part of it, I don't know. And I more just was like, look at this fucking two-time and fucking, like she very clearly was into that Xander guy. So it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he got killed right in front of her.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Got brain, but not the good one.
Neil Patrick Harris was often called Doogie Himmler whenever he wore the military intelligence uniform, as it bore a resemblance to SS uniforms. The name is a joke after Harris's TV series Doogie Howser and a reference to SS leader Heinrich Himmler.
It do be looking pretty SS.
It did. It really did.
The year in the movie is 2197. So what was that? 100 years in the future?
100
200? 200?
Almost.
I don't know, something like that. Casper Van Dien really punched Patrick Muldoon in the face, giving him a bloody lip during the fight scene at the Ticonderoga space station. Patrick Muldoon stated in an interview that Casper, quote, hits hard.
Fuck yeah.
To avoid an NC-17 rating, 4 seconds had to be trimmed from a decapitation during the last battle at Whiskey Outpost Base. However, the 4 seconds can be seen in the version on the FX network.
That's crazy.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
That makes
So
zero sense.
you're avoiding the NC-17 rating, but you're going to put it on network TV.
That's craziness.
Makes sense, I guess.
In a 2014 interview on the Adam Carolla show, Michael Ironside, who read the book as a youth, said he asked director Paul Verhoeven, who grew up in the Nazi-occupied Netherlands, "Why are you doing a right-wing fascist movie?" Verhoeven replied, "If I tell the world that a right-wing fascist way of doing things doesn't work, then no one will listen to me. So I'm going to make a perfect fascist world. Everyone is beautiful, everyone is shiny, everything has big guns and fancy ships, but it's only good for killing fucking bugs."
I like that.
Yeah.
In the timeout sequence during the jump ball game, Dina Meyer actually smacked Casper Van Dien in the side of the head to get his attention, and his response was genuine.
That's funny. What?
And then director Paul Verhoeven admits to have never finished the novel, claiming he read through the first 2 chapters and became both bored and depressed, calling it a very right-wing book. It's right up your alley, Cole. In Empire magazine. He then told screenwriter Edward Neumeier to tell him the rest. They then decided that while both the novel and its author, Robert A. Heinlein, strongly supported a regime led by a military elite, they would make the film a satirical hyperbole of contemporary American politics and culture. Ed and I felt that we needed to counter with our own narrative. Basically, the political undercurrent of the film is that these heroes and heroines are living in a fascist utopia, but they are not even aware of it. They think this is normal, and somehow you are seduced to follow them, and at the same time made aware that they might be fascists. Verhoeven later claimed that many viewers had not caught on to the satirical part. Ironically, diehard Heinlein fans later declared that the filmmakers themselves also completely misinterpreted Heinlein's nature and intentions. They say he was a libertarian who opposed conscription and militarism and depicted the oligarchy by ex-military citizenry government in the book because it was an example of something that has never been done in real life. He was not advocating it, but was merely speculating that such a system could exist without collapsing. There are a lot of words in there that I've never said in my entire life.
I don't know, man. I just think the movie's like way deeper than people
I don't-
really give it credit.
I don't know if it's very much a date movie more than it is a very self-aware movie.
Sure.
Like it is very, very aware of what its intent is and what it means to do, and it executes it very flawlessly.
Yeah. And when I say deep, I don't mean it like in a pretentious way. I just mean it like there's a lot to chew on here, dude. There's
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of
Oh
like
yeah.
little interesting things to the point where it's like y'all did your job. Like I want to read the book. I
Yeah.
want to like further delve into this universe and see how things go, you know, and how things resolve, because it's interesting. It's the same thing I think with BioShock. Like BioShock is very clearly like oh fuck, what is it, it's trying to tell a story of an extreme point of view that wouldn't work. It won't work. And it turns it into this utopia underwater, thousands of leagues under the sea. And
Yeah.
it's not an endorsement of that line of thinking. It's a criticism. It's a look at how bad things can get if you let this shit go unchecked. Like,
Yeah.
and BioShock is very, very, very much in tandem with a story like Starship Troopers, where it's like it's trying to show you an alternate path of thought. It's trying to show you, like, hey, these are facets of our history that were stopped because they were going to get turned into something like this,
Yeah.
where human life is not valued at all. It's a fodder. It's meat for the grinder, is the recruiter lovely said, like, very appropriately said. It's it's just something more to chew on, and why I like movies like this. Like, it could have just been a dumb fucking, I was almost kind of thinking that it was like a an Independence Day schlock type of movie, where it's
Oh
like
yeah.
this is
Yeah, yeah,
big
yeah.
budget, going to the movies on a hot summer day in the late 90s, and shit's good, shit's great, the 90s were fucking rad. So it was kind of more of like trying to tap into that time period for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But during
Yep.
live training, Dejanad
Janady?
Dejanad, bitch has got a
You-
verb in her name, shoots and kills Breckenridge, Eric Broscotter, accidentally resulting in Rico's flogging. In real life, the two actors are together and have a child they met on this film.
Look at that.
How do you not? How do you downvote that, dude? Like,
Right?
how do you downvote that?
You know how I met him? I shot him in the face.
Yeah.
I blew his brains out on
Your mother.
on a movie set.
She did.
And
Your
I
mother
did.
shot
And then later
right
I
in the-
blew his brains out again. Swish.
The official body count for the movie is 256.
Mhm.
The cow killed by the arachnid in the media break commercial was completely digital, but still censored. A bonus video feature from the DVD shows what occurred behind the censoring bar. An FX tech used a small hose to spray the walls with fake blood. It was shot in cuts. The real cow was placed on her mark for the establishing shot, and then the still shot of the cow was used with computer generated images for the effect where the bug eats the cow.
That's crazy.
I don't know about you guys, but I didn't actually believe that a cow was being mutilated by a bug.
The film features the first mixed shower scene in a mainstream American movie.
Good
One
God,
had
how many of these are about the fucking shower scene? Good Lord.
It was the first one in an American
fuck.
mainstream movie.
This was a really big deal.
One had been scripted for Aliens, 1986, but the actresses involved weren't too enthusiastic about it, and the scene was not deemed important enough to force the issue. Director Paul Verhoeven stated that he had already put a co-ed shower scene in RoboCop 1987, but due to timing and pacing issues, it was so brief that few had been aware of it. He then succeeded in getting one on the screen 10 years later in Starship Troopers. Quote, I thought in RoboCop nobody noticed, so in Starship Troopers, I'll make sure they do.
It's a weird fetish. This is weird, dude. This is weird. I'm gonna make people watch a shower scene, a co-ed shower scene. I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna get bricked up like I do.
Right.
Okay.
And I was there naked. So
Everyone saw my dig.
Yep.
more ammunition was used in this film than any previous movie. According to veteran weapons coordinator Robert Rock Galati, the crew expanded over 300,000 blank rounds during the course of filming, a personal record at the time.
That's insane.
America.
Edward Neumeier started writing an original script called Bug Hunt at Outpost 9 when similarities with the novel that Robert Heinlein wrote were pointed out. The novel was optioned and the name licensed. Name licensed.
Crazy.
So that makes a lot of sense too. Why the tone is so different too. It's like it was legitimately not a Starship Troopers thing. It was just its own thing. FedNet was created to help establish the satire in a way similar to RoboCop, another Paul Verhoeven film. The Arclean sand beetle dissection scene was director Paul Verhoeven's favorite scene filmed.
I don't know about you, but my favorite scene filmed would have been the shower scene. Am I right?
I see what you did.
Why is he lying?
Yeah. Why is he lying?
Test audience reactions led to several minor changes before the film was released. Originally, it was clear that Carmen was torn between Rico and Xander. Test audiences, regardless of gender, strongly felt that a woman could not love two men at once. So scenes which portrayed this were cut. These audiences also felt it was immoral for Carmen to choose a career. Yeah, what are you doing?
The 90s, dog.
What are you doing?
This was the 90s. This was the 90s.
Why
The late 90s.
Why aren't you home folding shit?
These audiences also felt it was immoral for Carmen to choose a career ahead of being loyal to Rico, to the extent that many commented that in doing so, Carmen should have been the one to die instead of Dizzy.
Damn, dude. They did not want her there.
This was the late 90s. This was
rules.
3 years away from 2000.
Death. Death for that person. While admitting it may have been a bad commercial decision to not change the film to accommodate this, the directors did have, was there more than one director? The directors did have a scene from after Xander's death where Carmen and Rico kiss, which the audience believed made the previous betrayal even more immoral. You can't win.
Crazy.
You can't win with these people, man.
You can't. No, dude. There's always going to be somebody that has something to say. Wild. Very wild. Well, that concludes our episode. I highly recommend this movie. I think it's such an awesome movie for me. This is like nostalgia, peak nostalgia. But we hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think of this movie in the comments. Join us next time when we celebrate 250 episodes. As always, you can follow us on social media. On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Instagram and X at Nerd Corp Podcast.
You can also find us on TikTok at Nerdcourt Podcast.
And since you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that is the best and the freest way you help us do that. So, from all of us here and not here at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you. We love you. Keep it nerdy, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Peace.